What's up, everybody? Welcome. I know what you're thinking. 2 nights in a row? This is amazing. Also, that's what she said. We're going to do a mock draft. I have a guest, someone who did not make the show last night. So there's a tease for all of you to be wondering, who could it be? I don't know. Who could be this mysterious guest? We're going to answer that and all of your Jets questions right after this.
And now, welcome to Pride and Chaos.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures. Oh, yeah!
And now, give it up for Jeremy and Rick.
Now you scared me.
And as usual, Nick is wrong.
Why are you the way that you are? God, I can't stand you.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Whoa, that was cool.
What's up, everyone? Welcome. Little surprise show here on a Sunday night. I talked to a friend of mine. I was like, what are you doing? You busy? He's like, no, I got time. Let's do it. Let's say hello. Dane is here first. He was here last and first. He never left. He was one of the last ones here last night when we abruptly got ended. Rusty Spooner's in the house. Trade 10 multiple times if possible. Rusty, we can only trade it one time. And then we would have other picks to trade. But I get what you're saying. Best player here. Wild Wave is always here. Mess. Armand is here. Armand, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you popping in with us. Throw a subscription and enjoy your stay. We have a good time here. Johnny Jimenez. Yep, you were in with Dane. We all just kind of looked like we lost a big game. We were all stunned at the stream. I hear stream's over. Wait, what? No. New York Jets super fan. What's up? Yes, go Jets. Well, I teased you guys earlier. I told you I was not alone. I also told you it was somebody who was unable to make last night's show. He's a very good friend of mine. He's got all the questions. He looks to us for the answers. That might be a little hint of who that is. He is here. He's not here. He's there. Where? In the wicker chair. What's up, Adam? Welcome. Oh, concussion syndrome. Here we go.
Nick Shine, what's up, my man?
What's up, buddy?
Hello, Sunday night chat. This is how you know you have no life. I have no life either. We are here for Sunday night Jets talk. Let's go.
Yes.
How you doing?
How you doing? I'm good, man. I can't watch this NBA stuff. I have, I'm totally out on the NBA. Like,
Oh.
I'm done with it. I'm done with it as a product. I'm all college basketball, and I've seen some of the Instagram like highlights of the weekend. I was like, oh my God, this is horrible.
It's a glorified 3-point shootout. That's
what a regular game is, though. Now, so it's just like another game. There's no defense and just shooting.
The All-Star game from years ago is what every regular season game is now. And, of course, we have to have the load management because, God forbid, these guys play more than 60 games in a season. They might get tired. Oh, my goodness. Heaven forbid. There is basically no point to watching. I couldn't tell you the last time I went to a regular season basketball game. I think it was like 2002. 2001. I think I was still in college. My friend, his name was Rob. He was a doppelganger for Latrell Sprewell, but he was actually a big Nets fan. And we drove down, so I figured you'd appreciate that. And we drove down from Boston to New York for Knicks Nets. and we watched one game. That is the last regular season NBA game I
Garden or in New Jersey?
It was at MSG.
MSG.
Yeah.
Nice. The
Yeah,
last game I went to, ironically,
Johnny Newman had a good game for the Nets. If that means anything, Johnny Newman was good for the Nets.
Johnny Newman? That had to be early 2000s.
Newman.
That had to be early 2000s.
Yeah, it was like 2001. It was right after the Knicks' last playoff thing at the time. So it was like, yeah, right after they lost to Toronto. It was that next regular
2001.
season.
That was when the Nets were good.
Yeah, it was like 01. It was right before. Yeah, they didn't have Kid yet, but it was like right in that time.
It may have been earlier. I think we had Kid in 01.
I'm not sure. It definitely wasn't 02 or 03. It was right after that series because I remember the Knicks were just on their way down at that time. Yeah, I remember very well. So it was like it had been 2000 going into 2001. Yeah, because they made the playoffs and they made the finals in 99. 99, 2000, they lost in the first round of Toronto. And the year after that is when everything went to hell and they didn't really leave it for like 20 plus years. So
yeah. You're not going to believe this. The last NBA game I was at was a Knicks game. And I'm going to go back late 2000s. Buddy of mine who still worked in New York, JP Morgan, calls me up at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and says, we just got amazing seats down by the court. Can you make it? I was like, oh man. I'm like, I get home from work. He goes, his buddy Bob, who worked in the city at the time too, he goes, Bobby's coming. And his wife Becky's coming up, who we all went to high school together. He's like, you and Becky take the train up and we'll meet right outside the Garden. So me and Becky go up together and we're pounding beers, and Becky could drink with the guys. And me and her each got the 6-pack of the 16-ounce beers, which is actually an 8-pack. And me and her crushed them on the train ride up from Metuchen to the Garden. And I wore a yellow sweater to make sure, because we were before they redid the Garden, there was the benches and then they go out like right at midcourt. We were behind that entrance. So you'd be on camera the whole day. I told my dad, I'm gonna have a bright yellow sweater on. You'll see me the whole time.
And here comes Willis right out that tunnel. Yes.
Dennis Rodman was there, and I got within like 10 feet of Dennis Rodman saying hello because he was walking around like the walkway they have, like a couple rows behind the court, and I got within like 10 feet of him.
Who are the Knicks playing that night?
Dude, I don't even remember.
Rodman in the late 2000s. This might have been like Boston or somebody.
No, he wasn't a player. He was just he was just there as a fan. Like he had seats.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. It was
quite the memorable game. Yeah, I figured you would at least remember who you were.
It might have been 2011, 2012, because I think. Yeah, maybe in 11 or 12.
We're talking like David Lee, Nazir Mohammed, for crying out loud.
David Lee was there, yes. David Lee.
Robinson.
I'll be honest with you.
Gosh.
I don't remember much of the game. I remember my dad telling me he saw me a lot the next day, but I don't remember much of the game. Well, yeah, mess. When your buddy calls you up, there was a time I went to the Mickey Mantle suite at Yankee Stadium, and he's like, I got tickets in a suite tonight. But he was a very big time at JP Morgan. And I'm like, he's like, you got to come up. He's like, but you got to get dressed a little bit. You can't come like up in Yankee gear. It's a work thing. So I had to put on dress pants, dress shoes, and a dress shirt to go up in May to Yankee Stadium to be in the Mickey Mantle suite.
Nick in a dress shirt and dress pants. Yeah, I'll take images I cannot visualize for 500, Alex.
I'm going to send you one right now.
Oh, boy.
Because my buddy, one of my buddies passed away, as you know, a couple weeks ago. Pete, who was a Jet fan. And I saw, I was for the Super Bowl, I went to my buddy Glenn's, and this other guy, John, was there. And John was closer with Pete than any of us. And John's like, I got a picture that I found. He goes, I just put it up in my bar from the wedding. And he goes, it's one of my favorite pictures. And they're doing the garter toss or whatever. And I picked up my buddy Pete, who was 110 pounds soaking wet, and put him on my shoulders for the garter toss. Save in photos. Okay. Why won't this allow me to send it? What's going on here? Adam, add the picture. Camera.
Please stand
Come on,
by.
iPhone.
With technical difficulties.
Very much technical difficulties. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Mm.
So,
The
what's going on with you?
This is like the first weekend without football, and and all of a sudden it's like we're in sort of like the doldrums of the sports here. You know, no matter what you root for, it's like now you're just looking for something to really attach to. Here it comes. That's worth getting excited about. You know, if you're into the NCAA tournament, well, you got a few weeks to go until that comes around. And
That's me on the bottom. I'm not clear that's coming in.
You look like you look like Private Pile from a Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, I got that a lot.
Yeah,
I got that a lot.
I'd start quoting some lines, but I think we get kicked off the air.
That's fine.
I'll leave it at that. Even though I'd love to. Full Metal Jacket, one of those movies. Watch the first half of it, and after that, nothing else to watch.
Johnny's got a question
Johnny
for you.
Jimenez. Oh my God. I learned a very hard lesson today. I cannot be live streaming games. I get too crazy. I just get insane.
Did you do it?
I started to, and then after the Islanders made it through, and I'm like, I can't do this. I was like, guys, I can't. I'm out. I can't do this. I'm gonna go crazy. But no, it was a great, it was a great comeback. But at the end of the day, and I said this on Twitter, and not that we're going to go into a whole hockey thing, because obviously we're here to talk Jets. But in all my life of being a sports fan and my actual, memory, the Rangers are the only team I've seen win a championship, and that's been 30 years. But I've seen the Rangers since then make the finals. I've seen them win the President's Trophy. I've seen them in the playoffs like 14 out of 15 years. I've seen them do all these things. I want to win a championship again. That's all that matters to me, especially with this team, because I've seen everything else.
The only chance you have of anyone in the Garden winning a championship is John Cena beating Roman Reigns.
I'll stick with Roman thing. Yeah, first of all, Cena don't win matches anymore. No. But the thing, this is the best that the two teams have been since the late 90s. There's no way around that. It's absolutely true. But I still see a team that needs to make changes. I mean, they've lost several players to the year for injuries. That happens. But it's not just that. I still see a defense that does not clear players out of the crease. They allow second and third chances, and they don't defend as well off the rush. And if you can't do that, you are not going to win. You have to play very good. You have to play very good defense, good as Igor Shesterkin can be. I don't want to go too much into this because we're not here for hockey. I'll probably say that.
I have no idea who you're speaking of or about.
I know. Just nod and say, Adam, you are exactly right, and then everything will go.
Listen, when it comes to hockey, I will never ever dispute you.
Oh boy,
I will never dispute you. Yeah. And anytime you talk hockey, I have the craving to watch your Rangers rant.
There may be another one coming at some point.
Are you there?
At some point.
Okay. I'm not on the screen right now. I'm trying to get the mock draft up and ready to go.
So like so you can't see Nick either, just like John Cena. Perfect.
Yes. Look at that, how we tie it all together here. All right, enter draft room. All right, that's ready to go when we are. So, yeah, give me your thoughts. I know you saw the video today that
yep,
about my Jamal Adams take that I opened up with last night. I don't know anyone who legitimately that I respect their opinion is saying that they want Jamal Adams back. It's all people that like. I'm not interested in their tweets. I'm not interested in their takes. Like I'm very particular with who I take Jets opinions from. And I haven't seen one guy that I respect their opinion. And I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, he wants him? All right, maybe I'm missing something. Haven't seen any of that at all.
I would just say this. I get very worried about this sort of thing happening because I believe this organization is too quick to respond to the very loud minority. It could be 0.00001% of the Jets fan base that wants Jamal Adams and they would be listened to. I don't want to talk to him. The guy was a fine Jet for a while. He was the best Jet on the team, which tells you a lot about the other level of talent that was on the team at the time. But we have seen what he is. He is a distraction. I'm going to use a Rex Ryan quote that he used about Kerry Rhodes. Jamal Adams is a selfish ass player. There is no other way to say it. It is all about him, about nothing else. He is a mercenary. He would be a mercenary. Here's the thing, though. He is a one-trick pony at this point. He can blitz. He can get to a running back, but we have seen when it comes to coverage, Nick, even with your knee right now, I would trust you to cover about as well as I would trust Jamal Adams.
That's what I said today. I said, where did I say that?
I don't know, but I wasn't there.
I think it was
to say
Instagram.
I think
it was a comment on Instagram. It was one of the Jets podcast. They had something about getting. I was like, I have no ACL and no left toe. I'm like, and I can cover better than him. So I like that. You're right on the same. Yeah, Rusty.
At least I know you would have the desire to want to cover. You would at least give an effort. I can't say the same thing for JA.
I would love if he goes to Buffalo or Miami where we could exploit him.
Oh, boy.
I would love if he goes
Aaron
there.
Rodgers throwing on Jamal Adams. Where do I sign up for that? Oh,
yeah, right.
Where do I sign up for that?
Right.
He'd be a perfect Raider, wouldn't he? It seems like that's the type of player he should be going to. Yeah, he should be going to the Raiders. They think they could rehabilitate anybody. Why not put him there with Antonio Pierce? Let him go to the Raiders.
What's the R, Dano or Armand? What's the R? Let's talk Jet.
Not Long Beach Joe. That'd be LBJ.
Yeah. What's the R there, guys?
Long-term Jets reserve? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yo, I think you're coming up with new channels that we don't even know exist.
Okay. What? Thank you. I'm going to check that out, Armand. I'm going to check that out, man. Throw me subscribe, and then when I get your notification, I'll click on your channel and go to you. Boom, boom, boom. Let me check that. So, what's your thoughts on all the coaching moves and then losing the front office guys, Rex Hogan? What's your thoughts there?
My biggest thing, first of all, good move by the Chargers, because wherever Jim Harbaugh goes, he wins. I will say this: we see even now we're seeing a lot of moves with coaches. They're hiring this position guy, that position guy. This guy's moving over here, and all we basically done is change our wide receivers, our running backs coach, and our wide receivers coach. There's a part of me deep down that wants to give Keith Carter another shot at offensive line. I know he's going to be here. Robert Saleh wanted him here. But I think about it, and I can't help but shake this one question from my mind. How did the Jets get better at offensive line over the course of the season? The truth of the matter is they didn't. Yes, they played 13 different offensive linemen. I understand that that's a challenge. But guys like, Carter Warren, guys like that, I mean, Max Mitchell, who got better? The fact of the matter is they didn't. So, yeah, to me, I'm worried that these other teams are getting better, and we're just content with the status quo as coaches. And so what that tells me is we got to get talent that's so freaking good. We may need to overcome the coaches, particularly from the offensive side of the ball. I feel comfortable with the defense and the special teams. But what coach on the offensive staff am I excited about this side of Ron Middleton? I can't say that I am. I'm worried.
Okay.
Not happy.
I get that. I think Carter's getting a raw deal by the fans. I know there's been some feedback from players and former players. But if you have your starting five, you're judged differently. When you're trying to put linemen 11, 12, and 13 in, are we really getting a clear picture of what your scheme is? Right? Like, are we getting a clear picture of what you're trying to implement if you have guys who can implement it? You know what I mean? Like, I got to see this whole I just pray for 1 year healthy on offense. And I'm petrified of the injury baton getting passed from the line to another positional group, right?
I mean, before it was like safeties. Before that was like that 1 year we went through like what 6, 7, 8 safeties.
Everybody ruptured an ACL like in a 4-week period,
and then it became offensive line, and it stayed that way for 2 straight seasons, and it's been that way for 2 straight seasons. So, and these weren't sprained ankles; it was ACLs, it was Achilles. It was about the most damaging injuries you could have this side of vertebrae and neck issues. Career enders. That's what just makes it so unbelievable. It's like the Jets may not have the most games lost in terms of manpower, but they seem to be isolated in one particular position. And that is the thing that just doesn't seem to make sense. It's just crazy. Smooth transition.
No, I wanted to add it to the bottom and it automatically went onto the screen. I was trying to do producing in the background. I'm sorry.
All right.
I just wanted to get it to the bottom to make sure that it was there. I
think it's there.
But, I didn't mean for that to pop up like that. I apologize.
That's what she said.
Yes. I was like, yep. She did say that.
Yes, there we go. Do I have to wake up, Nick?
So let's look ahead at the draft. Now,
let's do it.
Whenever I do a mock, I go into it with a certain philosophy, right? Like, let's go in with the notion of we got a starting caliber receiver. Let's go into it with we signed a Bakhtiari who became available today, right? Or is expected to become available. Let's talk that. What's your number cutoff for interest on Bakhtiari?
My number cutoff in terms of like a contract situation.
Yeah,
I want to give him an incentive-laden contract. The more you play, the more you make.
Yeah.
And if you wind up playing 60 games, you can make a whole heck of a lot of money. You can make $16 million for the year. You can make $1 million or $17 million. You can make $1 million a game. But if you don't play, it might be down about 2 or 3, 4 million, 2, 3 million.
Yeah. My number.
He's that good when he plays, but he just hasn't played. So
I'm okay going for him, but it cannot be more than $6 million a year on the books. You want to give him a 2-year, $12 million deal, incentive based. We win this amount of games. You play this percentage of plays. You make the workouts. You get bonus. I'm fine with that. I can't go give him 2 years, $30 million. I can't give him 2 years, 36. I can't do that.
Not guaranteed.
You want to pay him like how the Ravens wanted to pay Beckham, where on paper it looked like a 1 year, $18 million deal, but it was far less than that in actuality. All right, but I can't go that high with him. His track record is bad. I know people say he had to get the knee redone because the knee wasn't done the right way the first time. Take my toe if you've heard that before. We've heard that before with Becton. The knee wasn't done right the first time. I can't pay him money that gives the impression he's going to be a starter. And it's just because of the health. It's not because of the person. It's not because of the ability. It's because of the lack of availability. I can't go in there and listen, you want to come play with Rodgers? You want to go live in his nice glass house with him? Cool. This is where we're at. This is what we can do. That's it. I can't make him the prize free agent. I can't make him the top paid tackle in the free agency class.
Mm-hmm.
If he does get cut, he has the ability to negotiate before free agency hits. Because once you get cut, you're fresh on the market. You're not waiting for your contract to expire for the start of the new year. You're eligible to start negotiations the day you're cut. So I don't know, man. I'm not against it. I'm against it at anything more than 5 or 6 million. Which
As
I
far
think
as,
is
like, the
fair.
base
You want to
goes,
come in?
yes, I get it.
You
Yeah,
want to come in? You want to get incentives on play? You want to get incentives on playoffs? Fine.
Right.
The more we win, the more you make. We're cool with that. I don't think there's a fan or a person in the organization. It's like the more we win, the more this guy gets paid. Okay. The more you play and the more we win, that's what the incentive's all about, right? You help the team, you earn more.
And I can't imagine Bakhtiari would want to go anyplace else other than the Jets. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world for him to come here. Hey, Buffalo. Hey, man. Good to see you. Yeah,
I
it
like
makes
that.
all the sense in the world for him to be here, and it makes all the sense in the world for the Jets to pursue him. But it has to, and I can't imagine if I'm Bakhtiari, how much can I really be expecting to make? Certainly not expecting to make what Orlando Brown did when he left in free agency, when he left the Chiefs and went to the Bengals. So $500K bonus for every game he starts. So if you do, all right,
32.
if you were
He's
to
32.
do that, yeah, then you're yeah. So that'd be over 17 games. That's what, another $8.5 million.
8.5.
13,
Here's my thing, though.
I'm good.
I think your bonuses can only be a certain percentage of your guarantee. I don't think it can outweigh it. If you're 8.5 for that, say he plays all 17, it's 8.5. I'm not sure of the structure, but I think there's a catch to it because everyone would be given smaller contracts and make it 2-3 times the value.
Aside from the top free agents.
Yeah. Yeah, guys would take that they take the lower base and then make it all incentive on 1-year deals, right? I think I got to check that. But I don't
the NFL contracts.
I don't think your total amount of bonuses can surpass your total of your contract. That's why they sometimes throw in a ghost year with more money to raise the value of the contract.
Well, I don't know when the next collective bargaining situation is happening, but when it does, I'll have to take a very close look at those contracts to see how they change. What the
I think it's 4 years from now because that's why all the quarterbacks are signing 5-year deals to be free when the new bargaining agreement comes in. I think 2028 because that would give them 23, 24, 5, 6, 20, after the 2027 season, I believe, because that like Burrow had a 5-year deal, Lamar had a 5-year deal. Hurts 5-year deal. It's 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 28 should be the new contract. So
interesting.
And Bakhtiari's 32, Rusty.
32.
He's 32. But he's 25 in left tackle years in terms of games played.
This is accurate. Big John Davis from Dallas. That name is not ringing a bell. John Davis, defensive tackle. That name's not hitting me. I'm not John Davis
from Dallas. I don't know. I'd have to check.
Rusty, are you just giving us a random name to see if we bite? Bakhtiari has been very vocal about not wanting to play off turf. Well, what, Scott? The only time that matters is when soccer players say it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, if the NFL, if even as much money as the NFL brings in, if the NFL was bringing in World Cup money, they would do whatever it takes for that. World Cup money is different than NFL money. NFL money is millionaires. Soccer money is billionaires. There's a difference.
If they can find a way to make MetLife Stadium look good for the World Cup final, I will be very impressed.
They have to take out 1,700 seats around the field. Premium seats have to be eliminated in order to fit the way the soccer field and the surroundings need to fit. You're a Jet or Giant season ticket holder, and you have tickets in the first 2-3 rows. You might be losing your seats. Everybody may get pushed back, and then the last rows may be eliminated. People who have been there and have been paying for this stadium since it came in 2010? Are going to be fucking screwed because of one game. It's crazy. There were some tweets I saw today I wanted to get to before we get into
Yes, let's check out the Jets Twitterverse. What's going on in that place of serenity and calmness and rational takes?
Well, let me say this. It's not Jets tweets, but it was Jet related in terms of free agency. So here's a list from Adam Schefter, starting Tuesday and lasting through Tuesday, March 5th, a 2-week span. NFL teams can designate franchise or transition players.
Right.
Tag candidates include Josh Allen, the pass rusher from Jacksonville,
Right.
Saquon Barkley, defensive end Brian Burns, safety Kyle Duggar, T. Higgins, Josh Jacobs, cornerback Jalen Johnson, D tackle Justin Madubuke,
The one from Baltimore.
Madubukake,
The one from Baltimore.
Baker Mayfield. It's crazy that Baker Mayfield can be tagged after a 1-year deal. Michael Pittman, Christian Wilkins, and Antoine Winfield. Now, here's some of the things worth noting. Should wide receiver Calvin Ridley re-sign with Jacksonville, the Jaguars would owe a second-round pick to Atlanta, number 48 overall, as part of the conditions from their trade last year. The Falcons currently have a third-round pick, number 79 overall.
But if they, so that's if he stays in Jacksonville. But if they don't, then nothing is owed. So it's a second or nothing. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, no. They have the third-round pick from them, number 79. If they re-sign him, it bumps up to 48.
So the 3 would become a 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Similar to us, right?
Okay.
Here's something worth noting. I know Chris Jones got up there at the mic and said, I'm not going anywhere. Due to his cap number, Chiefs defensive line Chris Jones' projected franchise tag would be $32 million instead of the regular $19.7, making him an unlikely tag candidate. And then there was another one with that, Mike Evans. This is the one I thought related to us that piqued my interest. Due to his 2023 cap number, Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans' projected franchise tag would be $28.4 million instead of the regular 21.6, meaning he is not expected to be a tag candidate. So I wanted to add some of those numbers in there. Now, if you're let's start with Ridley, because Ridley is a guy that I'm really, really interested.
Uh-huh.
If you're Jacksonville, you had Trevor Lawrence, and there were many games where Zay Jones was your go-to wide receiver. Like Ridley didn't have I had him in fantasy. I was huge on Ridley having a monster year. There were some games Ridley got 6-7 catches. Didn't have. Are you pulling up his numbers? Is that what you're clicking away at? I see your eyes working.
I'm looking at a couple things.
All right. I'll pull up.
You know me well enough.
Yep. I saw your eyes working, so I'm gonna pull up Calvin Ridley's numbers.
Yeah, I mean, he did have 1,000 yards. He had 8 touchdowns, but the thing is, he kind of fell off a little bit once Christian Kirk got hurt. Ridley is kind of like a 1A. He's not the one receiver, but with the Jets, that's fine. If he's the complement to Garrett Wilson, I'm fine with that.
Yes.
Because he is that vertical threat.
Good enough to perform if you're bracketing and taking away Garrett.
Yeah.
He's good enough to eat up a number 2.
Right.
But he's not the guy. Well, who knows? Maybe a year playing, right? Like, you know how they say guys with an ACL, he sat out a year. Maybe it takes a year to come back just from not playing. Because he was out basically 2 years, right? He was injured, and then he bet while he was injured, and then he was suspended. He missed
about 2/3 of the season, then he missed the next entire season. So, he missed basically 1 2/3.
He played 5 games in 2021,
games,
and then he gambled while out for the rest of that season, and then he missed all of 22.
Right.
So you're looking at a guy, 8 touchdowns, 76 catches, 1,016 yards, average of 13.4, targeted 136 times. Put some of that on the quarterback too, right? That many targets and that low catch percentage. He had 143 with Matt Ryan in 2020, and he caught 90. So 7 more targets, but 14 more catches. I see Sean put up a comment. Who is this?
Allison Tuckwab?
I see a lot of your comments on my page, and I've never caught you live. So thank you for watching. I know you comment a lot after the fact. Let me get some of the questions here. So this, do you think Rodgers is injury prone? What's up, Bernard? I don't think he's injury prone. I just think it's very rare that you see guys not get injured. He's played through some injuries. The hand got dinged up the last year in Green Bay. He had the 1 year where he missed with, what was it, the knee injury, right? He played a little bit with the knee, and then he couldn't do it anymore. He missed like the last 5 games.
Yeah, he had something like something minor, but it was really like the last year and a half where there's been issues. But yeah, if we break this down, he's played ever since 2008 when he became the regular starter. He's played 16 games, 16, 15, 15, 16, 9, 16, 16, 16, 7, 16, 16, 16, 16, 17, and 1 last year. So basically,
1 drive. Not even one.
Outside of 2023, there's been like 2 seasons since 2008 where he missed more than 1 game. It's pretty good. But when you get to a certain age, yes, your body is going to be a little bit more prone to injury. That's just the Father Time is undefeated. We know it. We know it well.
Yeah. So I'm high on Michael Pittman also.
Oh yeah.
I just think Pittman gets a bigger contract than T. Higgins. That's my hot take today.
I don't think Pittman hits the market. I think Indianapolis needs Pittman more than Cincinnati needs Higgins, for one thing.
True.
I think, yeah, if you look at that quarter, first of all, Joe Burrow, Anthony Richardson. Give me Burrow every day of the week. I know Richardson's very young. He's unproven. He got hurt. I know that. But their offense is built around their running game, not their passing game. Scott, then you're in the right place. But then you'll fit right in. But yeah, if Pittman hit the market, shoot, I wanted Pittman in the draft. I'm sure that there's a lot of other people who did as well. It was just never a situation where the Jets could draft him because he went so early in the second round before they had a chance at him. If he were to hit the market, wow, that would be there'd be alarm bells going off in my head. It's like, why would Indianapolis let him go? It wouldn't make sense.
Especially when you got a young quarterback like Richardson, who showed a lot of promise before getting hurt. He was playing well.
Right. What do the Colts have a receiver and tight end after him? I mean, the average football fan could barely even name another Colts wide receiver. The average football fan. So
you don't want to hinder your young quarterback's growth. You want to keep him comfortable, and the small sample size that we have of Richardson showed that he can play in this league. He was going to be a very impactful player at the position. But I honestly, I would be shocked if Mike Evans goes to any other team. I think I've been saying this for months. I think Mike Evans stays, and I think that's a pipe dream. I think T. Higgins and Michael Pittman cost too much if they even leave their current teams, right? I'm looking down guys like Tyler Boyd or a Curtis Samuel. I think Curtis Samuel in the slot, and we get another weapon to play the outside. Now you got Garrett Wilson, Curtis Samuel, who's a bigger, more physical Randall Cobb from Randall Cobb years ago, not Randall Cobb this year. He's a smart, reliable guy. He can go over the middle. He's a guy that you want the ball in his hands. He is a poor man's Debo in terms of he'll run some sweeps, he'll run the ball. They didn't use him as well in Washington as I thought they would. He was someone I was really big on when he was at Carolina. Right. And I thought his tenure in Washington was kind of disappointing. And you can attribute that to the quarterback play that Washington's had. But I think that's somebody that if you teamed him up with Aaron Rodgers could be a huge, huge surprise. And it could be a guy that you buy low and ends up being really high as Scott is right now.
The thing with Tampa Bay, they have 22 free agents coming up, and there's some very notable ones. Baker Mayfield, Antoine Winfield, who was unbelievable last year. Antoine Winfield, to me, was one of the best defensive players in the league last season.
Yeah.
Mike Evans,
Yeah,
of course, Levante David. They have a lot that they got to figure out. They're not going to be able to keep everybody. It's just not going to be possible. They're going to have to let somebody go. And I don't think they're going to let Baker Mayfield go unless what are they going to do? Sign Kirk Cousins? That's about the only option I think that they would have besides keeping Baker. And he's going to ask for more money. And you know what? I think he deserves it. So somebody is going to shake loose. I could possibly see it being Evans. I mean, Evans, I think, has done just about everything he could ever want to do in Tampa Bay. Maybe he is looking for a new challenge. So I could see him shaking. I think he's more likely to shake loose than Pittman for sure. Maybe even more so than Higgins. Maybe.
Allison, thank you for watching. Like I said, there's times where you missed a live stream, but then I see all your comments the following day. And I appreciate you watching it after the live is over. So thank you. And I'm glad that you're actually on to catch live. It's nice to see you on here. Alan says, have had a long day watching my owl shit the fucking bed, made it complete. Well, I'm sorry.
Didn't bother you. Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened. If you are new here, Elon, please subscribe and enjoy your stay. We're going to get into a mock in a few minutes here.
Elon definitely added some to Wednesday night. Elon made his first appearance on the Wednesday night live show, and man, he definitely brought some. So yeah, he's a good presence on that live show for sure.
Oh, I think Baker gets a very nice deal.
I hope so.
I'm so happy for Baker Mayfield, and I can root for a guy and relate to a guy who had everything. Number 1 overall pick, kind of got a bad deal there, got injured, took them to that playoff game, almost beat the Chiefs. They lost 26-20. He had that famous diving for the pylon touchdown that I think gave them the lead late in the game. But we know what Mahomes does. And he got a bad deal, went to Carolina and had a battle with Darnold for a job. And PJ Tucker, was it?
Oh my God. This is going to be some
Walker?
great trivia one day.
Who was the XFL quarterback? PJ Walker? PJ Tucker's a bit.
Right. There's a PJ Walker and a PJ Tucker. Dear God. What was this? Was the Panthers quarterbacks in 2021 or so?
Yeah.
Man, man.
Yeah.
And that was before he went to the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam Darnold, Cam Newton, and PJ Walker played quarterback for the Panthers in 2021.
Yeah. And then he goes to the Rams. He shows up on a Wednesday or on a Tuesday, wins on a Thursday night.
It's good.
And now he goes there on a $4 million deal. He's not 34 years old, trying to find. He's still young. You could say he hasn't even hit his prime yet with how young he is. And he goes on a $4 million deal. And I thought he did. I thought he did exceptionally well. He won a playoff game. You could say Philly had their issues, but
and the division
win a playoff game like that.
I mean, the fact that New Orleans did not win that division is an absolute embarrassment. But then again, Dennis Allen was.
But nobody had Baker Mayfield playing the way Baker Mayfield played. Baker Mayfield had more touchdowns than Lamar Jackson. Lamar won the MVP.
Baker Mayfield succeeded with Todd Bowles as his head coach. With all due respect,
what a time to be alive.
Come on, we know what he is.
What a time to be alive, huh?
Todd Bowles
having an offense.
Made it to the playoffs, hosted and won a playoff game.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive.
Todd freaking out. Give me some more Chips Ahoy and Gladys Knight music bowls.
Nick and Adam, what about the Jets getting Brown and Enunwa? And
Trent Brown and Mekamwana? Okay.
I don't think they get both of them.
No, not both.
I don't think they get both of them.
Onwenu is to me, that's probably the guy to
that's
target.
The guy that's going to get the big deal, right?
Yeah, because he can play anywhere. He can play any position but center. You can plug him in; he'll be great.
Yeah, he'll get Trent the 4 years.
Very good. You got to factor in the injury risk.
I was saying this last night. You know how when we had Rex Ryan as an organization, what did we do?
I remember.
We went complete polar opposite with the next head coach. We went to Todd Bowles, who's quiet, reserved, relaxed demeanor. You know, it wasn't the brash, boisterous, making crazy statement after crazy statement. You went the polar opposite.
Mike Francesa. Yeah,
I feel that that's what we're going to do with tackle. I feel that's what we're going to do with tackle. How we're going to go from Becton with the size to more maybe of a technician and maybe more of a guy who's a little more fleet of foot. Just to go a little polar opposite there. I can't see us going to Trent Brown. I can't see us going to one big guy who's been injury prone to another big guy who's had some injuries.
High
Can't
floor.
see it.
I think we're going high floor. And I think with Latham, he's the very combustible pick. I don't want to say Becton part 2 because I feel like that's too easy to say. But with Latham, it could work out very well or it could absolutely explode. Like when the Giants drafted Andrew Thomas, that was considered to be the safe pick. Like this is the most pro-ready tackle that was in that draft at the time. And it took a little bit of time. He wasn't great.
And he was the least pro-ready tackle.
What?
He was the least pro-ready tackle out of those 4.
Some
it took him a year.
That, but people felt like if there is a safe bet in this draft class at tackle, it's Andrew Thomas. But by no means was he going to be the first tackle taken. It was really a toss-up between all 4. Was it Thomas, Becton, Wills, and Wirfs? But Thomas has emerged as pretty much one of the only reliable pieces on that offensive line. What's up? Nick wants to say something.
The water jug. I think there's a crack in it. It just poured out on me. I had to point that out before Dane or anyone else roasted me for it.
That's where you were. That's why we were darks on these shows, guys.
Yeah, that was fun. That was
Very
good.
nice.
Great. My water jug.
Yeah, but I would take Fuaga over Latham, personally. That's me. Not that I think Fuaga. I think Fuaga is a plug and play right tackle. That's where I think he would go. If you draft him, AVT is going to play guard. Because I don't want to see AVT at left tackle. It takes a very specific type of player to play left tackle. So if this is a win now team to trade up for Alt makes all the more sense. I don't know, man. Trading up when you only have 5 picks, that is a risk. Mike Tannenbaum would approve of it. Tannenbaum was all about that. But it's like, what are we going to take to go from 10 to say it would take 7 at least, maybe 10 to 5 to do that. So to trade that far up, that's a lot.
I don't think it's
going to happen. I just don't think that's happening, guys.
If we had a number 2, but then we're not in a win now mode because we don't have Aaron Rodgers. So you got to factor all of these things in. You can't just say do it because then we don't have Aaron Rodgers if we have our 2. So there's a lot more moving parts. Now, if Arizona trades back a couple spots, say Atlanta jumps up to number 4 to get a quarterback.
Okay.
Now you're pushing Alt further down the board. Say Chargers still go Bowers. Say Giants take a weapon. Say they take either Harrison or Neighbor. Harrison would still be there in this scenario, right? If you're going quarterbacks 1, 2, 3, and then Atlanta trades up to get a quarterback too because they want to get the 4th quarterback. Now you're looking at Harrison being there, Bowers being there at 5 and 6. I don't think it's likely, but I'm trying to think of a scenario where Alt starts to drop. Right?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I think you'd have to get to 6 with the Giants to get ahead of Tennessee if Alt even slightly starts to go. This is just an Alt being there scenario. That's it. This is not what I actually think is going to happen. I know somebody named Tigo will jump on that immediately. What's up, buddy? But if Alt is at 6 with the Giants and say 3 quarterbacks go and the Giants miss out on Daniels, May, and Williams, right? Maybe they want to go back a little bit. Maybe you work something out where you go from 10 to 6. I'm okay with that. 4 and 5 would be entirely too much with all the needs that we have. I just don't think Joe is going to jump for him when this is the deepest tackle draft in a very long time.
It is, and I will say this: I think you have a much better chance of getting a tackle than you do an interior offensive lineman, not just in the draft, but in free agency as well. But yeah, Tennessee is the team I am most concerned about when it comes to the draft. Get past them, then you got something left to work with. But the biggest thing that I am hoping for is 3 quarterbacks, which I'm pretty confident is going to happen. but probably 2, I'd say, defensive players going as well. Because Harrison's going as well. That's 6 players. Then you have 3 others to deal with. So then between Alt, Fashanu, Neighbors, and say Odunze and Bowers, you would have a pick at least 2 of them out of the 5, depending on where you want to go. But I think it's a situation where it's going to be very interesting because I think we've kind of gotten a feel over the last couple of years. We kind of know what the Jets are looking for in the draft, what they value. Well, now that you've lost Rex Hogan and you've lost Chad Alexander, does the Jets' philosophy change? Are we looking at RAS like we used to in the draft? Because I've been coming to the point where it's like, okay, what's their RAS? Give me like a 9.9 and higher. That's what we're going to go after. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to be the case anymore.
Yeah. I see Tigo and Wild Wave talking. We have 8 selections this year. We have 10, 72, 112, 114, 187, and then we have the 3 comp picks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Yeah, but Douglas will not be above trading, I think, picks next year because he knows what it's all about this year. That's the whole point. He will trade 2025 picks if he needs to because, if he gets fired, what the hell does he care about next year? I can't blame him for feeling that. Crazy
concept for you. The wheel of drafting. You do mock drafts with a wheel.
I actually thought about that this afternoon. On my 3rd beer after the hockey game, I was thinking, wait a second, what if I blended the draft and the wheel? I actually did think about it.
Tigo, what do they have that we don't have?
This is
NFL. This is NFL mock draft database, and they have us here with the 1, the 3, 2 4s, a 5, and 3 7s.
That sounds right. We're supposed to have a 1, a 3, a 1, a 3. What? 2 4s, a 5, and 3 7s. I know we don't have a 6. We don't have a 2. We don't have a 6.
I'm on PFN, Pro Football Network. They also have us.
250. I thought the draft was 256 picks. It's 257. Okay,
no, it's 256. This is an error on here.
No.
Our comp picks. Oh, you know what?
They're not official.
It may have moved back. Here's why it may have moved back. Somebody may have gotten another 3rd compensation pick for a minority coaching hire from a coordinator to a head coach, and that may have slid it down.
There you go.
Or a front office hire.
Are official yet. The comp picks, I think, are still all speculative at this point. They're not official yet, I don't think.
I don't think so, but there is an algorithm to figure them out, and people do that.
Yeah, this is right, because we had 252, 253, and 256. Now they move back 1 spot each. I think we'll live.
Yeah, because 10 and 72 are the same. The comp picks for minority hires at front office level or coaching is the end of the 3rd, and that's why picks 113 is now 114, 186, and so on. All of those bump down a spot. So that may have just been something not official yet.
Can we please hire a minority for these 2 front office jobs, please? Why did we promote Chad Alexander? I know.
No, we don't get them. The teams that we hire them from would get them.
That's right.
And here's the thing with the Chad Alexander.
Oh, Chad's gone. Yeah, Chad.
The reason
San Diego.
You look at the job and you look at job security, and I'm going to be blunt with this. When you're a minority and you have the opportunity to take a job, you want to get a job that has longevity. San Diego or the Chargers are a brand new regime. You have time to establish yourself, build the resume. You don't want to take what could be a lame duck situation with the Jets in only 1 year, and next year Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh get fired, and now you haven't been able to do a goddamn thing, and you're out of the job, and you may never get that opportunity again. So you take the job security of going to the Chargers, where it's a brand new regime, and everybody starts from the ground up, and you can build something. It's just a timing thing. It's not I'm jumping ship. It's a timing thing. And we've all, if you're at a job and you know that your boss could be on shaky ground, and you get an opportunity to go elsewhere, you're going to go elsewhere. So I don't know why anyone knocked him for it. There was that out there, but I disagree with that. I think he made the right move for him and his family. And people change jobs all the time. But it's Jets Twitter, and they get a little nutty. So, all right,
A little.
you ready?
No. Let's go.
All right. Let's get into this. All right, I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor because I'm going to be on the other page
Okay.
to let me know some of the feedback. I'll jump back and forth.
Oh, you want me to jump on the you do want me to jump on the YouTube? Just monitor the chat? Is that what you'd like me to do?
Yeah. Oh, why you can't see the comments?
Oh, I can, but I was like maximizing the board. Let me see here.
All right. Yeah.
Oh,
I
can see now. I can see now. I was maximizing the screen so I could really see the board, but no, I can. Let me see if I can hit join the chat. Let me try this.
All right.
Yeah. For those who don't know, I had some laptop issues a couple weeks ago, so certain things still have to get fixed. But
the 3 7s are worth 1 point each, so you're not trading up very far.
All right, allow. This should work. An error occurred, but it's not your fault. Screw you, StreamYard. Yeah, join the chat. I don't know if it's going to let me join this, but if not, I'll have to do it through my cell phone. I can make it work.
But just give me the feedback. Give me the feedback. If you can see the comments, that's all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can see everything. That's fine. Hey, Billy. I haven't said hello to you yet. Good to see you, man.
Let's start this off.
Johnny wants to trade Zach
Drake
Wilson for
May.
Devontae Adams.
Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison Jr., Odunze, Alt, Caleb Williams, Fashanu, Turner, Latu.
Wait a minute.
I don't think I said Bowers.
I
Malik Neighbors and Bowers are there.
Okay. Fwag is there. Alt must have gone early. Okay.
Alt did go.
All right. He always goes.
So we have. This is interesting.
Now, what are our trade options?
All right, let's check that.
Billy wants to move up and get
Offers.
all. Too late, brother. All right, let's see. So first would be with the Saints.
Too late, sir.
So we would go
Saints
down.
offered number 14 overall, and they're 6th and a round 2 next year. I'm not doing that. We can cancel that.
Not a chance.
I'm not
4
doing
offers.
that. That's no benefit to it. The
Yeah,
Giants,
no.
Nope. That's a 2, a 3, and a 4 in next year's 1. No, thank you.
Stop trying to screw it. Mess us over.
Jaguars at 17. I mean, if we get a 2 from the Jaguars, I'm not going back for a 4 and a 6.
Yeah, I don't know if it lets us counter this. I wouldn't do it for a 4 and a 6, but if I was getting a day 2 pick, I'd be open to it. And with the Bills, oh my gosh, these offers are pathetic. Do they think Idzik is still in the front office here? What the hell?
I tell you what, if we weren't in a win now mode, right, a 1, a 2, and a 3 next year,
that wouldn't be bad. But again,
be intriguing. A 5 and a 7 this year. Yeah, I'm going to reject that.
5 and 7. Yeah, Nick. Let's get 246, 253, 254, and 257.
Yeah.
The most irrelevant draft of all time.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna give the chat some options here, and give me some feedback here, guys.
Oh my
There's
God.
Neighbors.
I'm
There's
sorry.
Bowers.
I have to interrupt. Dane O. Tigo, do you still have a channel? Wow. Oh,
Tigo's
my
everywhere.
God. I
He's
cannot
on
let
talking
that go.
Jets a lot. No, it's fun.
Wow.
So here's the options: Neighbors, Bowers, trade back, or tackle. If we talk tackle, then we can break that down. So give me Neighbors, Bowers, tackle, or trade back. Just give me those options starting now. Go ahead. We got 2 for Neighbors. Wild Wave and New York Jets super fan. Only vote once too, by the way. I know I have to remind that.
Yep. Elon says you guys should take calls. Takes well, I wish it was that easy. It takes like a whole thing. 10 star.
Star, what's up, says
Yeah,
trade
Tim
back.
Star wants to trade back.
Sean McAteer says tackle. Knobcraft says neighbors. Scott says trade back.
Rusty Spooner, what was the Raiders' offer? Johnny Jimenez wants neighbors.
It wasn't a first rounder. I don't think we paid any. We had the Saints at 14, but they wanted to give us a 6, a 4 and a 6 with it. We had the Giants. We had the Bills.
The Giants, the Bills, the
And then-
Saints.
I don't think the Raiders didn't have their number 1 pick in it. There was another team, but didn't have a number 1.
There was not one draft pick that was like, maybe we should at least think about this. There wasn't even one. So,
all right, so let's see here. Oh,
Tigo's looking at neighbors. Won't you be my neighbors?
all right. So we're gonna have.
Yeah, we got like this anti-Bowers.
We have
Yeah,
a
like
vote
people
for
mention
neighbors.
Bowers.
We have.
I think people are just scared
We
to
have-
take Bowers. They're scared to take a tight end. Can't say I blame anybody.
It's not a tight end. He's an elite weapon, but neighbors is an elite weapon too. And so we got 2 for neighbors, 3 for neighbors, 4 for neighbors, 5 for neighbors.
And Adunze already was
All right.
drafted, right? I think Adunze went, didn't he?
Yeah, Dunze went.
Yeah, because I'm bigger on Adunze than I am neighbors, to be honest with you, especially for the Jets. Billy, take our 3rd and both our 4ths
Trade back has 2.
and move up
Tackle
as far
has
as the
two.
second round as we can get with it.
Neighbors wins. I have
Yeah.
no issue.
All right.
I am a big proponent of the New York Jets need more guys who can beat man coverage and get open quickly. I know we need help on the line.
If Tigo
But-
thinks that I'm absurd, that means I know I'm on the right track. Hey Dom, how you doing?
Nice. Hey, Dom. Dom, you want to chime in? It's neighbors. I know Dom's going to say neighbors. Neighbors is his top 4. It's neighbors, Bowers, a tackle, which then we could break down into discussion, or trade back.
And the trade backs
Neighbors
are not
and Bowers are both there. Scott, I'm not sure what that comment means. This isn't fantasy football.
Oh, hey,
But when
Knopcraft.
I've talked to a Packer fan who says that every time the Packers have been eliminated from the playoffs, it's that teams take away Rodgers' number 1 option, whether it be Jordy Nelson or then Devontae Adams. And he throws uncharacteristic interceptions in the playoffs because he still tries to get the ball to his main guy. You
So this has
get a
nothing-
guy that can match or even be better than Garrett Wilson. Who the fuck are you going to cover? Knobcraft.
I think that if
Y'all
you
are
look
too
at
much
the
a
numbers
distraction.
that Green Bay has
I'm
put up
trying to
and how
close
bad
this restaurant.
Yeah, if you look at how bad Green Bay's defense has been in a lot of the playoffs, I don't think Aaron Rodgers has much to do with that. But if you look at the point totals, how bad Green Bay's defense has been in those spots, it's very, very alarming. So everybody wants to put everything on the quarterback all the time. Let's look a little bit deeper than that. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you. Let's see.
Billy SBC, Dane, how are you stocking shelves at Walmart and posting to this chat at the same time?
All right.
Oh, man.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna go neighbors, right? You have to.
All right, we'll go neighbors and Tigo brief.
I think this is a great situation to be in.
Exactly, Scott.
I don't think this is realistic that he's there, but screw it. We take him.
Somebody always falls. There's always like some top 5 guy that's going to fall. It's always going to happen. So
Yeah.
I can't
Listen,
say I have a
team-
shot.
While this is running,
Yeah.
teams are going to be in love with the fact that guys like Dallas Turner, Latu are falling because of how good the offensive players are. People are going to jump for the defenders. People are going to jump for the best cornerback. Where these wide receivers are coming into this league right now, as good as they are from day one, teams who need secondary are going to jump. So we could be in a position where if 3 defenders somehow go in the top 9, one of these guys are going to fall to us.
Let's see what number. What number
are we
we?
here?
Yeah, I can't even see the numbers. Oh, there we are. Now we're up.
Oh,
Okay.
we're on the clock. We're on the clock.
Then we
So
got
some
three
of the names
trio.
here.
Ooh, there's a couple. There's a few that are catching my eye immediately, but
Blake
Just
Fisher,
like-
Christian Jones, Javon Foster, the top lineman. Let's go interior.
I've seen
Please let there
Goncalves
be-
mock test and a mock test.
Please let there be, before I click on this, let there be a Cooper Beebe or a Haynes here.
Oh, you're on tackle already. Yeah.
Christian Haynes is here. Nice. Christian Haynes is here.
Oh, hello.
I think that the conversation is right there. Is it
Love
Van
me some
Pran
Christian
or is
Haynes.
it Haynes?
Love me some Christian Haynes for sure.
I'm not even entertaining the tackles with those two guys there, to be completely honest with you. Is there anybody else that anyone would consider?
I mean, put it this way: I do like Christian Mahogany. If Haynes was not on the board, I'd be very interested in Mahogany.
Oh, you love Mahogany? You love
Yeah,
Mahogany?
I know too many jokes. Yeah, I do like Ruke at defensive tackle, but I don't think this is the time to get it. And you have we took the wide receiver, but Malachi Corley would be on the board. That would be if Corley fell to the third round, I'd be very surprised by that. Very surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corley is real good.
I mean, Van Pran and Haynes still there has me giddy. That has me giddy. That says good. Neighbors falling to 10, I thought was amazing. I'm more excited about drafting Haynes. And now, if you keep Tomlinson for 1 year, you can move AVT to tackle for 1 year. And then next year, you got Haynes, AVT, and Tittman as your middle three. Or you can cut.
Ooh.
You can cut Tomlinson now and just go with Haynes, Tittman, AVT as your interior.
Let me ask you a hypothetical question. If we were to how do I say this? If we were to draft Cedric Van Pran, would you move Tittman over to guard? Would that be the plan?
I think that's to be determined, right, on how things look.
Okay.
Let's not forget the last week of July, Tittman was third on the center depth chart.
Yep.
Some people contribute that to having Rodgers and having a high expectation, and you're not going to put him there until he's ready to be what he needs to be, and you're not going to ruin him. You know, you're not going to put the horse before the carriage.
Yeah.
I could see riding with Tittman, and if Van Pran earns it, Tittman can go over and play guard at a good level.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I think you just let it play out. I don't think you decide that on draft day. I think that Tittman, being the Joe Douglas guy with positional flexibility, gives you that option down the road. It doesn't have to be we hand the card in, he's center day one. You know what I mean? But I do love Haynes more than I like Van Pran. If we don't have Tittman, it's Van Pran easily.
Yeah, I'm definitely. We did a whole breakdown this week on interior offensive line on the Wednesday show, and I broke it down separate guard versus center. But yeah, outside of Haynes, realistically, because I don't think I think Graham Barton would play guard in the NFL, but I think he's going at the end of the first round. I think you're really looking at BB and Haynes as the top two that are realistic targets. And if you have a shot at one of them in the third round, you know what? You just do it. You do it.
This is amazing. I agree. We're gonna take Christian Haynes here. I mean, that's got to be an A+ pick, right?
If
the only reason it might not be is because interior O-line is not as much of the need as tackle is, but this enables us for now to put AVT at tackle, and then say we sign Bakhtiari.
Yeah, when you have like those types of offensive linemen, though, it makes the other players around them better. You know, it makes them less of a liability.
Yeah.
Like look at how good Laken Tomlinson appeared to be when he was playing next to Trent Williams. It's the same philosophy. I'm not saying that Christian Haynes is Trent Williams, but you understand the idea here. Yeah, of course.
I got you. No, I got you. I'm pulling it. I think this is. I don't think I see anyone in the chat who had an issue with it. B+.
Now
that's probably because it's not our highest need, right?
50 picks to wait. Scott Foster, remember Larry Allen?
Probably because it's not our highest need. That's why the grade was that.
Rusty, AVT gets injured when he plays in Denver.
Rusty. Yes, there you go, Adam. I love that. We finish each other's sentences.
You complete me. All right.
Nice.
Oh, there we go.
All right, let's get back here.
Zach Zinker was on the board.
What
All
we
right, we
got?
got to go big board here. All right, so let's see what we have. There we go. So Ricky Pearsall at wide receiver, but we took care of that. Braylon Allen at running back is interesting, or we could get a developmental quarterback. A couple of quarterbacks are on the board. Now, of course, we have 112 and 114. I'm sorry?
I'm going to check a couple spots here. Let's go D-line.
Okay. So whatever we don't do
Dwayne
now, we can do
Carter.
in 2 picks. And I think it's the Raiders that have the next
I'm a
pick
big
out.
fan of Dwayne Carter.
Oh, I like Dwayne Carter too. Yeah, we defensive tackle is one of those sneaky picks that people don't want to talk about. But yeah, I like Dwayne. Team captain at Duke. Need I say more? We love our team captains.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Anyone in the chat here see any players? Check D-line. Yeah, Wild Wave. We know you. I know you're a Dwayne Carter guy. Wild Wave.
Superfan wants defensive tackle, safety, or offensive tackle.
All right, let's see. Tackle anyone? Javon Foster, Roger Rosengarten.
I wish I could say. I mean, I know the names. I haven't done my research on these guys just yet, but I will be doing that soon. I've seen Julian Pearl in a number of different spots. I've seen him from the 4th round all the way to the 7th round. I don't know.
I really like Dwayne Carter as a D tackle.
I do too. I just got this feeling we're going to take a developmental quarterback. I just got this feeling. And with Rattler and Pratt on the board, it's pretty good.
Dom, is this in regards to Dwayne Carter?
I'm pretty sure that's who.
And
Yeah,
I'm a Carolina
I
guy.
Dom is a Dwayne
It takes
Carter
a
guy.
lot for me to like a guy from Duke, and we've had a good we've had very good luck. Not that the Jets have good luck, but we have had good luck drafting a guy from Duke named Carter before. So
It always interesting. I'm like, wait, which Carter was which? I have to.
I would love to see the Rich Samini tweet. Dom wouldn't see it, of course, but I'd have to screenshot it for him. But it would say, this is the first time the Jets have taken a defensive player from Duke named Carter since Michael Carter.
That is the.
I think we pulled the trigger here, man. I think this is a very, very.
Look at Rusty Spooner versus Knobcraft. Rusty Spooner. Rattler is god awful. Knobcraft, take Rattler in all caps. Oh my gosh. Hey, Michael Pratt on the board.
They want us to move back one spot.
Not for a 7.
Steelers want us to move back one spot.
At 6
to
spots.
give us 4.120.
114 to 120. That's 6 spots back.
So wait,
114
we're 4.
to 120.
Oh, I'm looking at the 4, thinking that the 12 was spot 12 and 4 spot 11. I was reading that wrong.
First time I looked at it too, about a week ago. I was like, wait a second here. Yeah, they want us to go back 6 spots. I don't feel like trading with Pittsburgh after what they did to us last year. You know what I mean? Screw Pittsburgh.
I don't like trading with them after what they did with their grass field for Doug Bryant. I don't like what they did. I don't like what they did with their turf when Doug Bryant had to try to kick 2 field goals. It's horrible.
I know. How dare they not close that end of the stadium, that end of Heinz Field, which it will always be.
All right. I love that this
let's
is.
Get out of, I think we can get out of.
I mean, he soft ass blocked me when I quote tweeted him as Great Dick Chimney. Dom, do you want to come in? We're getting into your part. I know it's late. Yeah, Dom, he fears you.
Nick, by pick 253, Dom might come in handy here.
Yeah, if we have 4 7th rounders, we need Dom.
Nick, can we just package 253, 254, and 257 for like 120?
Well, them. I can't wait because I haven't seen the tweets yet, but you know they're coming. Once the comp picks are made official, if we have the last pick, there will be tweets that say, well, the 49ers found somebody relevant. Why can't we? You know that it's coming.
He's good, but he's no Brock Purdy. Yeah.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
What's up?
Can you take the I don't know if he's available or not, but take the tweet I sent you
Oh,
and
let me see.
and shoot it to Dom. If he wants to
Oh,
hop in, he can hop in.
All right, let me see what I could do. Oh, I'm sorry. I just got a tweet from the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson, our all-star. Pardon me 1 second.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. Jalen Brunson, the all-star. I guess he just made a big shot or something. Not like it matters. Screw the all-star game. It's
A
irrelevant.
big shot in the All-Star game? What was a defender within 14 feet of him? What's a big shot in the All-Star game?
MTV, if it was like Rock and Jock, if it was like a 15-point shot, yeah, then it'd be a big deal, right? If the basket was like 50 feet high, remember? That's what they should be doing with the All-Star game. That would make it fun.
It's nothing that they could do to make that fun. They don't care.
No. I don't know. I don't know when you turn like about 17, 18 years old, but the All-Star games, it's like not fun. They don't mean anything anymore. They never have.
Scott Purdy is overrated. I don't know how you say that.
Sorry. I know he plays. He has a lot of great talent, but
he
he still has to read the defense and deliver the ball. For what he's done, you got to give him credit. All right.
All right.
Well,
Did you DM Dom the link?
Okay. I understand the link. Let me copy. Let me see if I could.
Oh, Dom's editing. God bless Dom. I know you were saying you were having trouble with it.
Okay, yeah, because I was like trying to copy it and then send it.
I got it. Don't worry, I got it.
Okay. That's right.
I got it. I'll send it to him.
Okay, well, let's, whenever you're ready, let's click off of DL because we're not going to take a second defensive lineman. Whenever you're ready.
All right, hold on. I'm sending it to Dom.
I said whenever you're ready.
Producer Adam.
You're being patient. Move it!
Let's go to all. All right, I'm going to go to safety first.
All right.
Here's the top. See if you like anyone there.
Max Melton's an intriguing player, but we don't need to take a cornerback this soon. Braylon Allen's a very good power running back. He's a real bulldozer. But I mean, do we want to take a running back this soon? Yeah, these positions are not necessarily what we need. I'd go down a little bit. Michael Pratt. Oh, yeah, we did just take wide receivers, but Brendan Rice.
I'm going to go position specific.
Okay.
I'm going to go position. We got Jaden Hicks, which I know a lot of Jets fans like. James Williams from Miami.
Hicks is interesting.
Those would be the only two I consider here.
Yeah, still got to get into safeties a little bit. The Notre Dame running back looks pretty good. There's some good running backs here. I'm starting to do my running back research this week. I don't know the Oregon one very well, but yeah, Allen, if you want like a real compliment to Breece Hall, like a bulldozer, that's going to be Braylon Allen for you.
Okay.
And Audric Estime, he's kind of like a go-kart. Yeah. He doesn't look like much, but he can really go. Hey, Ricky, how are you?
Hey, Ricky, Jordan welcome.
Really? Okay.
Ricky, if you're new here,
187 on Jordan Travis. He's not going to go very soon, I don't think.
Ricky, if you're new here, man, thanks for popping in. Please subscribe and have yourself a good time here. Yeah, we got a decent draft so far. We got Malik Neighbors at number 10. We got Christian Haynes at 72. And we got Dwayne Carter at 112. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not saying this because it's on the stream and we're doing it. I haven't seen a draft without trade fall this good.
I would say
everything's been like trade downs and getting 2 to get somebody. Like to get Christian Haynes in 3 is not probable, I don't think, come draft weekend. But I think it's I think we're doing pretty well here right now.
I think we could still. I'm trying to think what position we would typically take late. Like late, you could take a secondary player. You could take a running back, something like that. Because with 114, I mean, I'd like to be able to put in somebody who could play quickly. But the only exception I make to that is quarterback.
I'm okay. I like Jordan Travis. I look at it this way: if Jordan Travis didn't get hurt, I believe he's a late 1, early 2, maybe like that early 2 guys who missed out on a quarterback in round 1. You know, somebody like the Giants take him. You ride out Jones one more year. You let Travis sit, and then you get rid of Jones after a year. I'm okay taking Jordan Travis here above Rattler and above Pratt. I really am. I think long term he's going to be he could be a very good quarterback. I'm not saying elite, but he could be good. And there's no pressure behind Rodgers. There's no draft pick pressure of something new for New York Jets, right? Would draft a quarterback, but there's no pressure. It's a guy who got injured, a guy who fell. It could be a blessing. He gets to sit here behind Rodgers for a year or two. It's worked out. Rodgers sat behind someone for a couple years, worked out pretty damn well. Love sat behind Rodgers for a couple years. Looks like it's working out pretty damn well. Like, maybe that's what the Jets and Jets fans need, is a quarterback that there's no pressure on. But all right, chat. I'm gonna throw some ideas out there.
And I'll just tell you what I like. The thing with when I rate my quarterbacks with ones I felt the Jets could draft realistically, Travis was my 2 and Pratt was my 1. That's basically where I was. But now what I like about Pratt is mechanically, I think he's more sound than Travis is. You don't necessarily have to coach him, because do we really trust our quarterback coaches and our offensive coaches to develop a quarterback who isn't already ready, who doesn't have good fundamentals already? That worries me a little bit. I could trust them doing that with, say, a defensive lineman or a cornerback, not so much a quarterback. So to me, both can throw the ball deep pretty well. The one Travis has a little bit more mobility, so I definitely give him credit for that. Right. I just think Pratt will need the least amount of tutoring. His upside may not be as high, but I think his floor is higher. So it depends how risky you want to get. If you want to go a little bit more risque, then you could go with Jordan Travis, and I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with that. So that's kind of my thoughts.
Okay. All right. I'm going to throw some names out here for a poll. We're going to go Jaden Hicks for safety.
Jaden Hicks.
We're going to go Max Melton, cornerback.
Okay.
Hicks. I don't like any of the tackles here. I'm going to add Jordan Travis. Or running back. We can discuss running back because there's 3-4 of them that are tightly rated together. So
there's
Hicks,
there are a lot of running backs. My honest feeling, I think one of these running backs is going to fall because there's like 5 or 6 running backs I'd be fine with that I'm looking at right now, let alone the ones.
If you have a line, you can have a successful running back if you have a line.
Thank you.
Christian Haynes makes any running back better because he's a part of the line, right?
Yeah, I just want a good compliment to Breece. I want somebody who's a little bit different, whether it's more of a power guy, whether it's more of a pure speed guy. Go ahead. Isn't Carson Steele a porn star?
I haven't gotten into the running backs at all. So right now we only have Rusty with a vote.
All right, I'm just starting to do that. Like in 2 days, I'll be able to give you some running back knowledge for sure. Like I've started to get familiar with some of these guys. So. But Allen's already got me pretty intrigued, and so does Audric. Both of those two for now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get this guy's opinion. Welcome, Dom. What's up, buddy?
Dom.
Hey, boys.
How are you?
You keep forgetting to put the mic in front of you, huh?
I know. Well, you know what?
You did it yesterday too. All of a sudden, oh shit!
I've been in front of this thing for Christ, too many hours today trying to the whole editing portion of the videos and the podcast that I do for me is a work in progress. So it takes me a while.
How's it coming?
Good. Yeah, I got a new podcast series coming out that I'm doing. It's pretty cool. I like the idea. It's not super original, but I'm calling it State of the Franchise, and I'm bringing somebody like an insider, content creator for each of the 32 NFL teams. Hey guys, each of the 32 NFL teams in to like kind of break down the team and the holes and free agency and the roster, and then we do a quick little mock draft for their team. It's pretty cool.
Okay,
sounds good.
All right,
Mobcraft, I can tell you.
Here we are, Dom.
Will be that kind of running back. If you want like a running back, that kind of a power running back, Allen could be that type of guy. Plus, he went to Wisconsin just like Ron Dane. So,
nice.
So I'm sorry.
Right, Don,
catch me up. What's going on?
All right. So I was throwing some names out here for this pick. You see that we have neighbors. We got Christian Haynes and Dwayne Carter so far. Mm-hmm. So some of we're looking safety. I threw out Jaden Hicks as a possibility. I threw out Max Melton as a possibility. I'm okay with Jordan Travis. I think Jordan Travis could be a steal because there's also something different that Jets quarterbacks would have. No pressure.
I'm not a fan of Jordan Travis, but taking that, I'm really not a fan of Jordan Travis. Forget the injury, but taking that aside, I honestly don't think they're going to use one of their picks on a quarterback this year. I really don't. Maybe
I respect that.
Rattler's here in the 4th round. I think that's good value, so maybe you take that. But I just think that's a position. Me personally, I think that's a position they're going to address in free agency and worry about it. Sans Aaron, let's see how this season plays out. And if Aaron decides to leave or retires or they suck, they're going to blow it all up and you're going to go getting a rookie quarterback. So to me, that's a wasted pick.
Okay. And any running backs here that
I can't see who's there.
There you are. Braylon Allen, Marquise Irving from Oregon, Audric Estime from Notre Dame, Will Shipley, Clemson.
Yeah, they're all great. And
Ray Davis, Marshawn Lloyd, Jalen Wright. There's some good names.
Yeah, there's really good names. Bucky Irvin from Oregon is actually my number 2 running back in the class.
Who's your one, Benson or Brooks?
Brooks.
Brooks is one? Okay.
Yeah, Brooks is 1.
And Irving is
2. Bucky Irvin is 2.
It says Marquise Irving.
Yeah, it's Bucky.
Bucky's his nickname.
Same guy. Yeah.
All right.
And then I go Trey Benson 3 and Marshawn Lloyd 4.
How about Corkum?
Corum?
Michigan. Yeah.
I have him, I think, at 6. I don't listen. He's a good player. I think he's going to be a better college football player than he is in the pro. He's going to be part.
Mess. It's on the screen to the right.
Yep.
So far, we got Malik Neighbors at 10, Christian Haynes, guard from UConn, and then Dwayne Carter, defensive tackle from Duke, in the 3rd. I'm sorry, in the 4th, and we're on our 2nd, 4th round pick now. So
this is our
I'm okay with Irving.
For 73 picks. So
listen, Bucky Irvin's, he's shifty.
Similar to Breece Hall, or how's he different from Breece? Like, does he complement?
Well, I don't know. It's similar to Breece Hall is tough because I think Breece Hall is, not only as a Jet fan, I just think as a player he's very, very special. But Bucky Irvin's a little, he's definitely not as big, not as brawny as Breece. But he can move, man. He's got a second gear. He's very shifty. He plays through contact very well for a smaller guy. And he's also a really, really good pass catching back. Off the top of my head, I'd have to go through my scouting report, but off the top of my head, I don't remember how I have him graded in pass pro. But my guess, since he played at Oregon, I probably didn't see a lot of it. He's a guy I think that's really, really, really good. Has a chance to be really, really good. The Jets don't seem to, outside of Breece Hall, they don't, these rookie guys don't ever really get to sniff the field, but I think it's hard to leave a guy like Bucky Irving off the field. But the other guys are all, there's other running backs. They're good. Braylon Allen's built like a tank,
Yeah.
He's just, he's not very shifty. He's not, he's he's the thunder half of a thunder and lightning tandem. You know what I mean? Yep. I just don't think he's got, he doesn't have, 3 down ability. Bucky Irving does. Ray Davis, I think, does too. He's old. He's 24, going to be 25, probably before the season's over.
Sounds like an old name.
Yeah, but he's
an old name.
He's a good
Ray
ball
Davis
player.
is a guy who hangs out at the barber
Ray is
shop,
his
right?
middle name. His first name is Seymour. That's how old he is.
Oh wow.
Marshawn Lloyd's another guy I really like. He's another guy who's really shifty. I think he's got 3 down capabilities. However, he's got some issues with his he needs a big hole. He's not going to, he doesn't have the best. He doesn't run with the best anticipation. What's that?
Say again, Nick?
Oh, needs a big hole. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Anybody have any issues? We'll go Irving. I think I saw a couple people okay with it. We'll go Bucky Irving here.
That's a different. Wait. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was the same guy. I saw it. Who's Markel's Irving? And it's Bucky. Okay.
Yeah, Bucky.
Shoot. Okay, I didn't realize. All right, now it makes.
We're gonna lock it in. The
Lock
pick
it.
is
I'm
made.
good with it.
We got another A.
All
All right.
If we keep both of the fourth rounders, which who knows what's going to happen come the draft time, but I like having both of those close, and I think this is a good. You'll find good value in the running back spot in this area.
Yeah, and we got an A for the pick too. For what that's worth.
Exactly. Austin Estime's another guy. He's really good. He's a big, strong, bulking dude. Again, I don't know how he fits an outside zone scheme. He's more of a a power gap kind of in between the tackles kind of runner, but he's also very, very good.
How about as a sleeper? Have you thought? I've seen some. One name I was looking up. There's a name I was looking up. I haven't seen him drafted a lot, even in 7-round picks, but I think it's a name that a lot of people would be fascinated by just because of the name value. Frank Gore Jr. What do you think about Frank?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know he played very well in the Shrine Bowl. He's really.
I had a bowl.
He's small.
He's like 5'9". He's small.
Yeah, he's small. Yeah. He's small. He's going to, I don't think he's gonna, I think he'll be able to affect the game in special teams more than he will on an offense. Outside of a big play here or there, he has the ability to he's a home run hitter, but it's going to be a lot of misses before you get those hits.
He's like more heady than he has physical traits, it sounds like, and I'm sure his dad has a lot to do with that. Have a good night, Rusty. Good to see you.
Oh, Spooner was in here.
We
What's up, buddy?
you. All right, here we go.
Hey, Rusty, thanks for joining, pal.
The meat and potatoes of the draft.
Thanks to everybody for hanging out tonight. I know we put this together last minute, but thanks everyone.
Where is what positions have you taken already?
So
we have Malik
guard, defensive tackle, and running back.
We
Neighbors,
have
Haynes,
go ahead,
Dwayne Carter, Bucky Irvin. Okay.
So we haven't taken a tackle.
Carter and Irving.
Yeah, tackle might help at some point.
You think?
Who are the tackles there on the board?
Can't wait.
Nick, that's so small. I mean, I'm not playing.
Julian Pearl's, Ethan Driscoll, Jeremy Flax.
I don't know. I don't have the mouse to click and enlarge it. I don't know how to.
That's fine. I'm just saying. You're gonna have to read it. I just can't see it. I'm not telling you to make it bigger for me, but yeah. I mean, listen. Driscoll's a left tackle. Driscoll's a left tackle. He's got good length. He's got good size. Probably more of a project. I'd liken him. I'm not. It's not a pro comp, but I liken him to kind of the caliber of player that Max Mitchell was when he came in from college. Where if you got to start him, you're going to hope for the best. Probably needs another year or two to marinate before he can really be effective. And the ceiling, I don't know if he's ever going to be, true starter. Maybe he turns into a swing tackle of some sort.
Okay.
Well, I certainly hope we hit tackle well in free agency.
Right.
Maybe moving AVT outside at this rate.
We don't pick again after this for another 66 picks. So let's take Driscoll now then.
I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying out of the names that you read me, like I'm not touching Julian Pearl.
Let's just look at the big board just to be sure.
Yeah, I'm not touching Julian Pearl. I just said out of those names that
I got you.
Gave me. Yeah, Javon Baker's he's a second round. He's a second round, maybe third, maybe second round, definitely a third round pick. Trevin Wallace, probably another guy who's going to go day 2.
Yeah.
Gabe Hall, probably another guy who's going to go day 2.
You think Gabe Hall's going to go that soon?
I think so. I think he was kind of flew under the radar a lot this year, Adam, but he really played very well in Mobile. He was probably one of the, T'Vondre Sweat was probably the best, the biggest wow factor in the defense tackle. Outside of that, probably Gabe Hall was next.
Interesting.
Dwayne Carter was good too, but Gabe Hall was very good. I think he played him, and maybe Braden Fiske. But Fiske is he's really small. He's not a guy I think that is going to be on the Joe Douglas radar. I think he's only 6'3", 280 pounds. Fun fact though, he was college roommates with Zaire Barnes. He went to Western Michigan and transferred this year to Florida State.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
It's amazing. Like looking at some of these guys, are like, oh, he's from Oregon. No, he actually played at this school for 3 years. He spent his last year at Oregon. I mean,
Yeah.
you see that like so much.
Now,
It's pretty
you
crazy.
haven't drafted a safety yet, have you?
No, we have not.
We haven't. You want to take a look?
Proctor.
No, I see him here. Malik Mustafa is a guy.
Mustafa.
He's a Dom C guy, man. He is.
Not glitching.
I love him. Yeah, I love his game, man. He is, he's a box safety, for the most part. Like, not going to really offer anything with his movement skills or hip fluidity to hang like single high. But you talk about a guy who plays the run with violence, with physicality. He flies all over the field. He's like a combination of Jordan Whitehead and Jamal Adams. If you put the good traits of both of those guys together, that's what you get in Malik Mustafa. And again, he's another smaller guy. He's only about 5'9", 210 pounds, but very, very comparable to what you get in Jordan Whitehead. Think of the good Jordan Whitehead, not the missed tackles and all that stuff. Mustafa's a guy that
Yeah,
I'm
putting the
hoping
head
that
down and
that's-
lunging at people. Okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he is a guy that the Jets target. And I think this is fair value.
Well, Dom, I'll defer to you here. Yeah,
So what were
Mustafa's your pick.
Mustafa or Driscoll?
No, I mean, I would take Mustafa 10 out of 10 times before Ethan Driscoll.
Wow.
All right, we'll take that
You take what
position
the
in
board
here.
gives you sometimes.
What's that?
You take what the
While
board
we're
gives you.
waiting for,
Hey.
yeah, absolutely. So as we're waiting for 67 picks to go off, Tin Star has a question. Dom, I'll throw it to you. What do you guys think of Garrett Greenfield?
Garrett Greenfield, big kid, South Dakota State. So he played, not the best college, not the best college pedigree in terms of competition. But he's a big kid. I think he's got the size and the length and the balance to play at the next level. I don't think he played tackle in college. I don't think he's going to be a tackle. He's a guy that I think is that traditional move from tackle inside to guard. But yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely got a draftable grade. I think he'll probably and I think he'll probably go higher than a lot of people think. Probably going to be a 4th, 5th round pick.
From South Dakota State.
Yeah.
Okay. He was a Jackrabbit.
Yes, he was.
All right.
They had 2 kids. They have 2 kids there that are really good. 2 offensive linemen that I think will both get drafted. Greenfield and another one, Mason McCormick.
Oh, we're almost up.
All right, here we
And
go.
Ethan Driscoll just went.
3 of the last 5.
Driscoll just went and Pearl just went. Yeah.
Yeah, he did
Pearl-
2 spots before.
Pearl's pretty bad.
Okay. Marcus Harris still kicking around, but
Jeremy
All right, so
Flax,
what are
Travis
we-
Glover, Josiah Ezerim. These are just tackles. Carson Barnhart from Michigan.
Yeah.
Let's see the big board.
This would be interesting.
Kendall Milton from Georgia. D-line Marcus Harris from Auburn. Shaquan Jackson, receiver from Tulane.
Very
Marcellus Dial, cornerback from South Carolina. Yeah.
No, Jaquan Jackson. He's again a smaller build, but create separation, so on and so forth. I think he's going to be a decent player. I don't know if he'll ever be a wide receiver 1 or 2, but he can definitely be.
Right.
He's definitely going to make a wide receiver room.
Right. Let's take him.
So would he have been Pratt's
What's that?
primary target at Tulane? Or one of them anyway?
Yeah. And I'm pulling up my scouting report on him right now. Only 439 yards, 4 TDs last year. Slot guy, played 80% in the slot. If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to look through the notes on the scouting report. I think he was hurt. Yeah, he got 10. He played 10 games. He missed.
Dom, can he return a punt? Can he return a punt on the opening Monday night game?
You
If
know
I'm
what?
taking
That's
a,
a
if I'm
fair
taking a slot
question.
receiver,
Are we going to get the opening Monday night game?
I need a
That's
guy who
fair
can return
question.
a punt.
Can he return it? Let me ask this question: can he return a punt in Brazil? Because that might be where we wind up.
Why? We don't play
He,
the Eagles.
You know what I mean, though. But and so, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're going to the Eagles. But come on, that kills the joke. All right, or on a random Friday night, who knows? Okay.
I'm okay. We got 3 picks here in 5, so I'm okay taking.
Yeah,
these
I
guys.
mean, you gotta
got
plug a
3-4?
tackle at some point, right? But I mean,
Who do you like?
Thing.
I can't. I didn't see who was on the tackle board.
I mean, we do have a little bit
Jeremy
of
Flax, Travis Glover, Josiah
Yeah.
Ezerim, Carson Barnhart, Tylen Grable.
and good luck with the next name, Gottlieb, whatever his name is from Maryland.
Yeah, that's why I stopped.
Yeah. Is Jared Penning related to Trevor Penning
I don't know who he is.
from Northern Iowa? I don't know.
Well, Trevor Penning went to Northern Iowa.
Yeah, that's Jared Penning.
Huh, I wonder.
We'll have to find out now. Yeah. I got to get on my tackle research.
Yeah, these names are not very good. Is Jonah? You said Jonah Mineham from USC.
Don't see that name. Maybe
Oh, I
can
thought
we-
that's what you said. I thought that's what you said.
Yeah,
Joe,
he
we
is
said
the
you-
younger brother. He is the younger brother of Trevor Penning.
Okay, so there's another Penning line. So I think we said Josiah Ezerim, the guy from Eastern Kentucky. I think that's what he said.
Josiah Irisuku.
Ezerim from Eastern Kentucky.
I can honestly say, I scouted no Eastern Kentucky. I got no Eastern Kentucky film, so I can't offer anything with him.
We'll forgive you. Yeah, but far and away the highest rated tackle on this board per this rating is Jeremy Flax from Kentucky by far. So
Hey, Harlan, I see that you're in the chat. Yeah, Adam and I talked today, and then I was just like, hey, let's do a show. And he's like, I'm available. Let's do it. So we popped on spontaneously here on a Sunday night, and then Dom was gracious enough to join us midway through the mock. What are you thinking here, Dom?
I don't like any of those tackles. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking free agency
All right.
or bust.
let's move on. Yeah, let's get some we could develop. I don't care if it's an edge rusher we could develop. I don't care. But I mean, why reach, at a position we think we need if it's not going to be a great player or a potentially good player?
I'll tell you this.
Damani
I
Rick-
mean, I'll tell you this for not necessarily for this mock draft, but just in general. And I'll say it till the cows come home. I think cornerback is going to be a position that they're going to attack in the draft. There's only
Right.
2 cornerbacks on the roster technically as after next season, and that's Sauce and JBC. We hope that they're going to re-sign
all right.
Michael
DJ
Carter,
Yeah.
and do something with DJ. But I could see that being a position that they attack.
All right.
Anybody
Marcellus
here that
Style.
you like?
I can't see. You're gonna have to read me names.
Marcellus
All right.
Style from South Carolina. Jerrion Johnson, Florida State. Sheridan Jones,
Jones.
Clemson. Carlton Johnson, Fresno State.
Carlton
Clemson.
Johnson's really good, but he's small, man. He's like probably sub 180 pounds. So he might. I mean, he's gonna be a slot only guy.
We got our
Um,
slot guy. Hopefully for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carlton Johnson's good. I mean, he moves very well, but he's tiny. I just don't know if he'll be able to last on the boundary.
Okay.
Mhm.
And we got to make 3 more picks. She whiz.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. We're gonna take. Where was he? Jaquan Jackson.
I heard about good things about Ryan Flournoy, the wide receiver, that he was like
Very. He was a standout at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, I heard
Another
that.
small school kid, but he was really good. Flournoy. He was.
I would be very interested in taking Flournoy just as take a flyer on him.
Yeah, I'll take him.
Go for it, man.
I'll take him.
I heard
Flournoy?
first to show up,
Go.
first to leave.
Done.
You can at least work with that.
All right.
I mean, to 253, why not?
Now let's look tackle.
C plus, fine. We don't care.
Any linebackers? Steel Chambers, Omar Spites, Easton Gibbs, linebackers.
Should we take Jed
Cornerback.
Johnson from Mississippi State just because of the first name?
Jed?
Jet Johnson. That's his
Oh,
name.
Jet. I think
Jet. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where you start going by the coolest sounding name.
Well, I would take Carlton, so that way when he gets an interception, he does the Carlton dance in the end zone. So we're going to take Carlton Johnson, the cornerback here.
All right. I'll be interested. Let's see who goes at 255 and 256.
Well, to cater to the psychosis of the Jet fan, we have to take a quarterback with Mr. Irrelevant because Brock Purdy was relevant. So now anyone taken at that position will be relevant in the future. That's how the Jet fan will think, right?
Marcus Harris went there.
It's a no-brainer, Dom. They found somebody relevant. We can find somebody relevant.
Yeah, right.
They'll probably avoid
you
you
keep
for that reason. Yeah.
Hold on. This is a very important comment that needs to be addressed. I am close. I am close to the watch hours that I needed, but I think YouTube changed the requirements again. So it looks like they may have moved it. It was down to 500 for the subs and then 3,000 watch hours. And I am in the low 29. I should hit 3,000 after probably by tomorrow afternoon, which Saturday's show and today's show, I should hit 3,000. So I might be. But if you are that up to donate, I'll give you my Venmo. I will. if you want to help out in any way, shape, or form.
In my description of all my videos.
If you send money that way, it goes directly. YouTube does not get their cut.
Yeah. Hey, I see a Michigan guy there. Is that Ladarius Henderson?
Yes, it is.
I mean, he was a right tackle in college. I think he might end up moving inside just because of his movement skills and everything. But I mean, you're talking about a guy who's 6'4", 310, 315 pounds. He's a day 3 guy. He's quick off the snap. He's super athletic. He might end up being a better guard than his tackle, but listen, it could be worse.
I'm good with it. I mean, we've only taken one offensive lineman so far, so we probably should behoove us to take a second one.
Yeah.
Boom. Done. We're gonna make him relevant. Ladarius Henderson, you are Mr. Irrelevant.
Very good. All right.
I'm gonna save you.
Tin Star, I see your message. Tough question because I don't know who's going to get drafted and whatnot. But you know, if we're talking that type of guy, Carter Bradley's a name I like. He's the son of Gus Bradley, defensive coordinator for Indianapolis.
Why won't you go?
Big frame, 6'3", 220. Enough good movement skills, a decent arm, not like super NFL elite style arm, but he's a guy I think that could probably be in that realm of a guy who's going to be UDFA that can stick on a roster.
Yeah, we were doing I did my first mock draft ever this past Wednesday night. We were doing like a little bit of a trying to get to a quarterback at the end, and Carter Bradley, I think, was who we took, like with one of those 7th round picks. So
yeah.
Seemed to make sense. Sponsored by Rutgers Barnabas Health.
Listen, this draft is top heavier. So
for no trades,
the draft with Neighbors.
That is good. Yeah, I'd be very happy with this. I mean, we didn't get a tackle yet, but it's still pretty good.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Any draft that starts with Neighbors and Haynes is a win.
And then Carter and Irving in the third.
I think round? That was my. You posted on Twitter, Dom. You asked, "What's no trades best case scenario?" And I think I had like Neighbors Odunze at 10 with Haynes at 72. This was, in my opinion, the best case scenario. Like I thought Odunze could be there, but Odunze went and Neighbors falls. This to me with the first 2 picks, it can't get better than this. There's no way that those first 2 picks can be beat.
Yeah, Neighbors is he's one of my favorites in the entire class, the absolute entire class.
Cool.
Do you think, Dom? Do you think with Neighbors that he can play on the perimeter for the most part. I look at him and I feel like he's kind of interchangeable either way. What's my concern with him?
I actually my pro comp for Neighbors, and again, might be a little bit lazy for those in this chat, but I think he's very, very similar skill set to Garrett Wilson, right? I think he can play. I think he's, listen, he's not going to be an X. I know Garrett lines up and he plays the boundary sometimes. I don't think that's going to be Neighbors, but I think if you have him as your move receiver, your Z, moving around the formation, motion guy, he's a guy that you can do so much with. He is electric with the ball in his hands. He can, he runs tight, full routes, sinks his hips, just wins at all three levels of the field, man. He can beat you. He can beat you long. He can run the intermediate stuff, and he's dangerous on the short stuff because he can take anything to the house.
Yeah. Let me address this real quick. 10-star. In this scenario, Vera Tucker's your right tackle because now you got Haynes at guard, Tippmann at center, and you're still probably operating with Tomlinson there. So Vera Tucker could be the right tackle. We're going to bring in a free agent for a tackle. We're going to bring in a starting caliber tackle. So if we draft another interior guy, we can move Vera Tucker out. If we draft an exterior guy, we can move Vera Tucker in. So you're not going to have 5 first-round picks on the offensive line. The Jets need to get rid of that notion.
Newsflash, to me, I don't see any. Well, I shouldn't say that, but to me, the more likely scenario would be that there's a veteran, whoever it is, somebody is playing left tackle and a rookie playing right tackle. Not in this case, not in this mock draft scenario, but in real life.
Right.
We're gonna the free agent market is going to be where we get our left tackle, and it stinks because I don't think there's a lot of talent there at left tackle, but
we don't want to go in the draft needing a tackle. A wide receiver is one thing, but we better have at least a somewhat or an offensive line that doesn't terrify us going into the draft. We do need that because look what happened last year.
Yeah, I just don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna protect Aaron Rodgers' blindside with a rookie. I just don't see that. That might be how the cards fall, but I just don't see. I don't see that.
If all fell to us, then different story. But we're not expecting that.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, maybe Joe Douglas should put out some rumors about him that maybe he does drugs a couple nights before the draft. Maybe that'll help him fall.
Yeah.
Maybe he should do that.
Somebody put a gas mask on him.
Let's go.
That won't affect anyone. The NFL doesn't penalize for that. They don't. You don't test for that. We got to put like a meth lab in his house or something.
Nick, I know you know a guy.
No, are you crazy?
Back in the day.
No, not ever with that. What do you Not with that. I'd be much skinnier if I ran that route. And my complexion is too good to have ever. I've watched Breaking Bad. My complexion is way too good. I have silky smooth skin. There's no way. Cuca, we were talking about you yesterday in a good way. We were talking about, I mentioned you and Dano being two savages that always make jokes about my foot. We were missing you. I felt that you guys are the 1-2 punch. So Dom, I want to ask you this question. I brought this up earlier, or someone else did, and we were discussing it. The rumors are swirling that Bakhtiari is going to get released from Green Bay any day now. What's your max guaranteed contract that you can give him? What would the numbers look like in your opinion? Or what you completely do not touch?
So I don't think you can say any free agent tackle is completely do not touch considering the situation we're in. However, what I would feel comfortable with and what I think he's going to get is apples and oranges. If I brought him in, I'd have to give him something like, $2-3 million with tons of incentives where he can earn more. I think Bakhtiari is going to get $10 million, $9-10 million easy. I just hope, yeah. I just hope that's not from the Jets.
Yeah. I'm trying to get back to it. I didn't realize I can go this far. I am in give him 2 years, a total of 12 million, heavily incentive based. You play percentage of plays, it goes this much. Buffalo Jet fan came up with 5 million guaranteed, 500 million for every game you start, or 500,000 for every game you start. 500 million.
So that'd be like
500 million would be a record. That's like
$13
Cristiano.
million. Yeah.
That's Ronaldo money if you're getting 500 million per start.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get 10 million a year. Not hopefully not from the Jets, but I think somebody will give him that. I don't know guaranteed, but I maybe it's like a contract like something along the lines of, I'm trying to think, something along the lines of D-Hop got. D-Hop got what, 2 years, 21 million, but a lot of it was heavily incentivized, and they had a walk in the second year, so it was really like a 1-year deal with a team option for the second. I think somebody's going to give him something like that.
He could.
I wouldn't though. I mean,
it depends what our general manager Aaron Rodgers says, right? If he says I want him,
yeah, but
right, we saw what happened last offseason.
I mean, what's he going to be? 32, 33?
32. I don't know. He's 32. I checked that earlier.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, 4 knee surgeries in 4 years.
Yeah.
That's why if Rodgers just says, "Hey, come here, you'll make money with me doing off the field stuff. We'll get you more money. Don't worry about the money. Come here."
Well, I mean, he's got 22. He's got 22 million coming to him for doing nothing, for sitting on his couch.
Yeah.
No, that money that Green Bay is going to, they're going to be shelling out $22 million to him for nothing. So
nice.
Ideally, you can say, yeah, I'll take a veteran minimum to go play wherever he wants.
Exactly. And then you win here, dude, you're going to be a legend. You'll be making tons of money off the field. If they love Tittman's hair, they'll love Bakhtiari's hair. Give me a bunch of long-haired Herculean men on the line.
Clip that one.
But all right, gentlemen. I want to thank everybody. Dom, Adam, Dom, go ahead. You are everywhere, man. You are not kidding.
Mondays are my big day, man.
Yeah,
I have a standing.
Checking it out.
I have a stand-in gig 7:30 a.m. on Boy Green's channel. Then 8 p.m. the Talking Jets draft show with me and Ryan, Jets Talk 24/7. And finishing it up, as always, is the co-host, the 10 o'clock mock with Green Bean.
Nice. Adam, go ahead. Plug away, brother.
Yeah, I've got the Wednesday night show every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. We are going through a different position every week. This week, it looks like we're going to be looking at running backs. I have been deep in the studio apartment doing my research. And actually, this week, we will not be broadcasting from the Wicker Chair. We will be at the original home of the Wicker Chair down in North Carolina. I will be
nice.
away for a day or two. Yeah, mom's having a little follow-up procedure on her head to try to restore hearing in her ear. She actually just got back from a week and a half in South America. She just got back today. But now it's time to get serious. Got a procedure coming up. Should be an in and outer. So I'll be down there for like 2 days. So I'll be doing the show from North Carolina Wednesday night. And if you're into baseball, particularly if you're a Mets fan, I've been doing some content. I did my top 20 ranking of the Mets prospects over 3 different videos. So definitely go and check that out as well.
Awesome. I have some channel news. Thursday nights at 10 p.m., I'm going to start doing a weekly show. So once Green Bean's done on the Thursday thick of it, I'm going to hop on live after that. May have some guests, may go solo.
Nice.
It'll change week to week, but I'm going to take advantage of that time slot, which I think is nobody that I associate with is in that spot. So
I thought that was Green Bean's overrun time.
That's why I said when Green Bean finishes. So when they're finishing up and they're starting to wrap it up. Yeah. I talked to Chaos. Chaos is like, that's a great time. He goes, I'll plug it before we go off the air. So I could get some of that overflow coming over and maybe get some good traction with that. So you'll see me Wednesday nights with Pride and Chaos show. And go follow these guys. These guys put in a lot of time and effort behind the scenes. Both of them. Adam, the wheel to me is the greatest fucking invention in Jets content. You need to do a draft wheel. I know it's complicated, but man, it would be
How
fun.
many names? I'd have to do that like by position by position.
You know what's funny is when Jeremy and I used to do the Sunday show, we would
The Wheel of Chaos.
where we put a position on the wheel,
I
spin it,
remember that. Yeah.
spin it, and whatever it landed on, that's who we had to draft.
Right.
It was so much
I
fun.
can do that, but yeah, you're always welcome to have me on Monday nights. I'm just kidding. No, I would definitely come up. I could definitely come up with something. Yeah, I could do that sort of chaos sort of thing. I could definitely come with that kind of a wheel, but the wicker wheel, the new wicker wheel.
I mean, the wheel is brilliant. I love that fucking thing. Like if we didn't do the mock, I would have said just bring it up. Let's do it now.
Yeah. I've never done one. Dom, have we done one? Have I done a wheel when you were on the air too? Was it? I don't know if we've done one together.
No, I don't know what the wheel
Oh,
is.
I mean, we need to. That'd be fun to have like you as part of that. That'd be good.
He puts 100 Jets names throughout history on the wheel, all the way up from
Yeah, I have seen it. I have
down
seen
to
it, yes.
somebody who's Dimitri Patterson. Do you even remember who Dimitri Patterson is, Dom?
No.
I'm the only one who remembers this guy.
It came up one time, and I consider myself a very good Jet historian with names. We pulled a Dimitri Patterson, and I sat there. Who the fuck is this?
You guys are the smartest people I know when it comes to the Jets. I'm just like I was amazed that I was the only one who knew who because he went like AWOL in the preseason. I thought that was like a pretty famous moment.
Remember that guy, Dom? He just disappeared
left.
during training camp. Like he wasn't cut.
He disappeared.
He wasn't like he
What
didn't
era?
get any news.
What,
A couple
around,
years
ago, like 2000s, not that long ago. Like,
oh no, I don't even remember. Nope.
oh,
he
man.
just stopped showing up. Like
Yeah.
he went completely like he was there and then he wasn't.
The Jets had another guy like that in I mean, this is going back in like the 70s or 80s where, it ended up coming out that he had like a real bad coke problem. And
maybe a lot of people.
they got him from Pittsburgh. I can't remember what his name was. And yeah, he just disappeared.
Yeah,
He went on a prodigious bender and that was the end of him. And I think unfortunately I think he's passed away now, but
Hugo, wasn't he a corner? Felt like he was signed with Desir.
Nick Sloppy second. I'm gonna give Knobcraft credit. I'm gonna come up with he came up with the name of a segment. It's gonna be Nick's Shiny Cockpit. And that's gonna be like a little segment on the show. I was thinking about rebranding the name because I started it with a buddy Jimmy, who's no longer doing podcasts. So if you look at my channel now, it's not plural for fans, it's now singular. So it's just a proud New York Jet fan.
Was it Andre Wadsworth we're seeing? Was that
yeah, I think that was the
that was it? Okay.
that was the kid, yeah.
That's Ricky, that was deep. Well done.
Good job, Ricky. Is that kid from Florida State, defensive end? I think Wadsworth was a defensive end from Florida State.
That's not who he's talking about. He's talking about the guard I was mentioning who just kind of went AWOL.
Gotcha.
I got to come up with some kind of way. I'll come up with something over the next couple of days, but I'll try to make it a little bit more than just position. Maybe mix like certain things in there. We'll come up with something so that it's fun, but not over the top insane, like where it could realistic scenarios, But I will work on something.
All right. Once again, everybody, thank you for watching. Dom, Adam, thank you for participating. Chat, you guys are awesome. You make this fun to do. The reason that we do this. Dano, I will text you my Venmo. Oh, that rhymes too. Now you have to donate after hearing that. But to everyone, as always, be loud, be proud, New York Jets fans. Have a good night.
And now, welcome to Pride and Chaos.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures.
And quickly, just a reminder to tell everyone how much Jeremy